So Anonymous has threatened Elon Musk. I didn't even know that these guys still had any relevance because their current image is basically an inversion of what it used to be. You know, Anonymous used to be this hacktivist group that was against the system, man. But now they literally have a verified account on YouTube. So they're against the system, but yet they're verified by the system. Makes perfect sense. But at the same time, this particular video on this particular channel appears to have undergone some censorship. So this is the original anonymous message to Elon Musk. This isn't the biggest anonymous channel or like official anonymous channel, whatever that means. That would be this one that, like, I guess post a bunch of conspiracy bullshit. But anyway, if you try to search for the video title, right? So you should be able to find a video with its title. And this is on like a private window, so there's no like search, there's no search suggestions or anything like that going on. So all the top results are obviously news channels because that's just how YouTube works. They always put like official, whatever that means, news channels at the top. But as we scroll down, so now we're finding like, you know, starting to get some channels that don't have verifications. You know, recent posts that people have done, getting into more obscure channels now. And now we're starting to get things that like aren't even exactly related, right? So Elon Musk animated 3D story, you know, from 3 years ago. That's not what we're looking for. More relevant things. And then you even get like this channel, which was literally just created on June 6th and has 4 subscribers. So like that, obviously something is being done to manipulate these search results because, you know, something like this shouldn't come up before the original title of the original video. So that's a little bit sus already before even playing the video, but let's see what this guy has to say. And I'll turn up the playback speed. If you guys want to watch the original, maybe I'll put it in the description. Spooky intro.
Greetings, citizens of the world. This is a message from Anonymous, for Elon Musk. For the past several years you have enjoyed one of the most favorable reputations of anyone in the billionaire class, because you have tapped into the desire that many of us have to live in a world with electric cars and space exploration, but recently your carefully created public image is being exposed, and people are beginning to see you as nothing more than another narcissistic rich dude who is desperate for attention. It appears that your quest to save the world is more rooted in a superiority and savior complex than it is in actual concern for humanity. This has been obvious to your employees for a long time, who have faced intolerable conditions under your command for years. It is also obvious to the young children working in your overseas lithium mines, which are destroying the local environment as well. You have been open about your willingness to stage coups in order to install dictators in places where your toxic products are being mined. You have even prematurely crowned yourself Emperor of Mars, a place where you will be sending people to die. Your fanboys overlook these issues because they are focused on the potential good that your projects can bring to the world, but you are not the only show in town, and your competition is growing more intense with each passing day. There are plenty of other companies working on space exploration and electric vehicles. You are just the only CEO who has gained a cult following through shitposting and trolling the world on social media. In fact, many people are now learning that the vast majority of Tesla's income doesn't actually come from selling cars, it comes from government subsidies, selling carbon tax credits for your innovation with clean energy. This technically isn't your innovation though, because you aren't actually the founder of Tesla, you simply purchased the company from 2 people much more intelligent than you are, Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning. Tesla has also made more money holding Bitcoin for a few months than they did in years of selling cars. It is also more than likely that this Bitcoin was purchased with money from these government subsidies. It is now widely believed that you have been forced to denounce your company's involvement with Bitcoin in order to keep that green government money flowing into Tesla's coffers. The energy use argument about proof-of-work mining is a very nuanced conversation that requires a fairly complex understanding of how power grids work, and how excess energy is wasted by power companies, and sought out by crypto miners. This is a conversation that you have been having for over a year and were intimately aware of, but as soon as your main source of income was threatened you pretended to be clueless in an attempt to play both sides of the fence. Then, your move to create a Bitcoin miner council was rightly seen as an attempt to centralize the industry and take it under your control. Reading from the comments on your Twitter posts, it seems that the games you have played with the crypto markets have destroyed lives. Millions of retail investors were really counting on their crypto gains to improve their lives. This is something that you will never understand because you were born into the stolen wealth of a South African apartheid emerald mine and have no clue what struggle is like for most of the working people in the world. Of course, they took the risk upon themselves when they invested, and everyone knows to be prepared for volatility in crypto, but your tweets this week show a clear disregard for the average working person. As hardworking people have their dreams liquidated over your public temper tantrums, you continue to mock them with memes from one of your million-dollar mansions. You may think you are the smartest person in the room, but now you have met your match. We are Anonymous. We are Legion. Expect us.
So now all of a sudden, Anonymous doesn't like Elon Musk. Now, there's a few ways that I guess we can look at this. One is to take it literally, you know, Anonymous, or at least this particular Anonymous, because there's hundreds of them out there. And, that's just on YouTube. There's many, many more of them on Twitter, and then different ones are like arguing over which one of them actually made this video. Anonymous isn't a specific group anymore, but this particular Anonymous seems to be upset because Elon's tweets make different cryptos go on a roller coaster ride. Well, yeah, that's what happens when millions of people invest billions of dollars into something because a South African billionaire tweeted some memes. But hey, at least you still have your totally against the system verified YouTube channel that you can continue to use to make monetized videos with. If you're going to get upset over market manipulation, you should probably be more focused on AMC or the other meme stocks that various exchanges continue to shut down trades on. That's probably hurting people a whole lot more than this whole like Doge and BTC crash. That's just my gut feeling. I think the average Joe might be more into meme stocks than Doge. Maybe this guy is upset about all the bad things that Elon has done. Maybe the whole using African child labor to mine natural resources for his projects, which are also harmful to the environment, really bothers this guy. But people have known about that for a long time. And the people who worship Elon, they just cope and ignore it. So you're a little bit late to that party. And if this really is some elite anonymous hacker guy who lost some money from the recent crypto crash, you really just need to get good. Maybe buy Monero instead of meme coins like a real hacker would, and put in a stop-loss sell before the next time the world's richest man goes on Saturday night propaganda after pumping crypto for the entire month before. Now, another way to look at this, which is becoming much more convincing to me by the day, is that this is controlled opposition. This video is already sus because hacktivists that are fighting against the system, man, they don't have verified YouTube channels. And what a coincidence. Right after the Securities and Exchange Commission starts going after Elon, Anonymous starts going after Elon. Way to go against the system, man. And honestly, it's not just Anonymous. The two biggest hacks that have happened recently were the Colonial pipeline ransomware attack and the JSB, that the meat packing place, that ransomware attack. Both of those were carried out by hacking groups that offer ransomware as a service. So pretty much anyone can pay for this. In Monero or Bitcoin, they can pay for it anonymously for an attack. Sometimes these groups will have some principles about what they will and will not attack. We kind of went over that with the group that did the Colonial pipeline attack. But both of these were obviously big hacks, so I assume they carried a big price tag as well. And both of these go with the narrative of the system. So the current administration in the US is against oil and gas, certainly more so than the last one. And they're also against the cattle industry. And the whole reason that they claim that they're against it are environmental concerns. But personally, I think it's more to hurt small businesses and decentralized businesses, because these big corporations like Google, Amazon, Facebook, they don't get hurt over gas prices going up a little bit or meat prices going up, not in the same way as someone who delivers pizzas or owns a steakhouse or a butcher shop does. And these government actions that we saw over the past year and a half with lockdowns and restrictions, those hurt small businesses a lot. Many, many of them failed, but not big corporations. Big corporations, especially big tech, had record profits this past year. And then, of course, they blame it on Russia, which also follows the narrative, even though none of these groups are associated with the Russian government. They're just, in some cases, Russian-speaking gangs are active on Russian hacking forums, which, of course, that's where you're going to go if you want to get good at hacking. So yeah, the SEC is mad at Elon, therefore Anonymous is mad at Elon. This video glows, this channel glows, these coordinated ransomware attacks glow. Don't be surprised if you see what happened to Tesla now.